Thank you, Miss Leila. Thank you for your time. Yes, and
All right.
continue.
So basically, this global research authorship project. Moving forward, let me introduce myself. I'm bachelor's, master's, and doctorate in computer science and engineering, and my area of research is artificial intelligence and machine learning. So before the launch of ChatGPT, my research was based on the question answering system, based on the context. But after completion of my PhD, the ChatGPT was launched, and I have more than 20 years of experience in the field of academic and edtech industry. Right now, I am working as a global head of academics with a Canadian MNC innovate. So I am taking care of edtech product development, technology integration like virtual reality, metaverse, augmented reality, and blockchain technology. So we are working for the Canadian colleges right now, and we are expanding this business globally. So I am very thankful to Maryvan for, giving me this opportunity to look at as an advisor for the research community. So the biggest challenge in front of the research community these days, because this is an era of artificial intelligence, and tremendous content is available online. And now the issue is how to differentiate whether it is generated by the machine or it is generated by the human. So this is the biggest challenge that the community, whether they are related to the authorship or the conference or the research papers or the research community, they are struggling about it. Now, but we have to do research. Research is primary, whether it is done by us or whether it is generated by the machine, because the tomorrow it is going to be the biggest challenge of the copyright. Suppose you are generating the same content with ChatGPT, Gemini, or Copilot, then who will claim this that content is generated by me? So right now machine don't have the emotional attachment right now as the human we have, but as the technology is growing, so you can if you have heard about an article, the, in a Google company, one of the employee was working on emotional intelligence. Right? They were incorporating emotions to the machine, and some chat was leaked, but that person was fired by the Google immediately in 2022. So in the upcoming decade, this research is going to be the biggest challenge. But we have to discuss what are the challenges right now that we are facing. Being an academician, whether we are working with a school, we are working with the university or the college, we have a challenge. Like in some of the countries, I'm just speaking in global perspective. The organization wants the teachers or the professors should publish the research paper. This is the challenge, and annually they have to publish the research paper. This is the biggest challenge. And there is another side. The challenge is in which journal we should publish the research paper. There are some of the professors, they may be at the master's level. Some of the people may be doctorate and working at the higher education level. So then there is a challenge that how do we decide that how to do the research, how to identify the research journal, how to identify the topic, because let me explain you my experience when I was doing my masters and masters in computer science and engineering. So I was not aware about it that how to do the research, how to publish the research paper. So I was just looking up the options. But these days we have a lot of options available in the market. We can look up the AI tools and everything. But still, we are looking for the journals where we should publish our research, whether the research is going to be the authentic. Now, how to identify the research? So there is a need to identify the gaps. So basically you have to find out the gaps at present days, and those gaps are basically your innovations. You have to work on those innovations. Say for example, you are traveling and you identified that there is a congestion at this particular place, and what should I do? In that case, you can look up, you can find out the solution, you can go for the patent after finding the solution, and your patent will be implemented. And the patent is the core research that you can say, and anybody can do the patent. And there are lots of private companies are available. They are providing you the patent facility, whether they are in US, UK. These days in almost all the countries, the companies are providing the patent facility, but the genuine patents are from Japan, China, USC. And if we talk about the leadership in patent filing, the Japan and China are at top. So now what we can do, say for example, if we are talking about in Azerbaijani perspective, you can identify the gap, whether they are in the education system, in the medical domain, hospitality, business, wherever you are, or whether in the literature, wherever you are working in your domain, you have to identify the gap. But these days, the research is multidisciplinary. When we talk about the research, it is not physics related, it is not chemistry related, it is not mathematics related, or it is not computer related. Now, the research is multidisciplinary. So, when we talk about the say artificial intelligence, so we say that artificial intelligence is nothing but it is just like we wants to train a machine, that machine can think like human being and then machine can work like human being. This is the objective of artificial intelligence, and it is not related to the computer engineering. It can be applied to any domain. So basically artificial intelligence is the superset, or you can say the root of everything, and their substreams are like machine learning, deep learning, and you can say the data science. They are classified into various categories and based on their specific task to be done. So if you want to apply, you can apply the machine learning techniques to your a medical domain. They can be applied to the management domain. They can be applied to physics, chemistry, and so on. So now in this session, what we are planning, we are suggesting you the topic, then you can based on your domain. So you can look up your domain specific topics as well, and you can look up the topics related to the digitization, artificial intelligence based on it. Usually, the domain specific topics are chosen by the people who are doing their research. So, for example, somebody is doing research in electrical engineering, somebody is doing research in mechanical engineering or business administration, then they look up for a domain specific topic. But when you are doing a research after completion of master's or doctorate, then domain specific research is not required. You can do research in any discipline. This is open. So what the researcher used to do. Say for example, somebody was doing research in the field of biotechnology earlier, but right now he is thinking to shift his research, interest. Now so for example, his research interest is shifting to I want to apply machine learning. So I want to shift to the computer science and engineering. So they can change because now you are looking at the different level of research. So by doing research, you get value in the society, you get value in your present working organization, you get value globally. Because what is research or what is authorship? Authorship, what you want to present your thoughts so that global community can read your thought, whether you are understanding. So when you get more followers, when your research articles are cited in their research journals, it means your research is recognized in the market. So based on that, there is a concept of H index, I index, or if you are doing a good research, then you can get you publish your journal in good impact factor journals as well. So this is how these things are organized, and we have planned category wise, domain specific wise. We have identified the research journals where we are planning to publish your research article. One more thing, because I am speaking too much, I'm not going to speak too much. We will discuss it. I will ask, take your queries as well. So I want to add some more values to it. Because of the induction, now the academic is also working just like a corporate organization. In the academic, previously the professor used to take 2 to 3 hours of classes per week, or maximum 4 hours classes per week, as I know about the global higher education system. But these days they are involved in too much administrative activities. Rather than doing the academic development, they are engaged with the administrative engagements. So they don't have the time. Now they are looking for a place. They are looking for a place. Yes, some organization that they can help. Their research can be published. Their research can be created, and their name should be there. That they have published a paper in a Scopus Index Journal, Web of Science Journal, in Quad Q1 category journal, Q2 category journal. So they are looking for such platforms. So we are here. We means the Maribel initiative is here, and I am very happy that she took this initiative to help the global community in terms of research. And so, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So the content available on the screen is readable to everybody. Is it readable? So this is the project roadmap for global research Singapore. Not only Singapore, it is going to be for 3, but right now we are discussing for Singapore only. And this is the first one is related to the application for participation in the project and selection of research topic. So we are here for this purpose, selection of research topic. Isn't it, Marivan?
Yes, right.
Okay.
Continue,
So
please.
next after selection of the topic, then you have to move for the research article creation. And we are here for you to help you in creating your research article. Then in the first week of September, there will be first webinar like introduction and guidance. So there may be some of the people who are doing the research paper publication first time, and I'm sure that most of you have already published many research articles, but there will be something new in this webinar, introduction and guidance, that will be held in the first week of September. Then we will conduct another webinar 2 as a mid project review to understand the progress or where are you and where is the progress of your research article. Then on 24th, or you can say 24th of November, there will be a conference in Singapore, and it is a 4-day plan, 23, 24, 25, 26. Then thereafter, we are planning another conference in Cairo, which is going to be held in the month of January. And then the next conference will be in your own country, homeland, that is on in the month of June 2025. And now let us move ahead. And these are the various sponsorships available. So the professors can discuss in their universities if they want the sponsorship, they want the digital marketing of their university, college, or school. They can reach out to Maryben for their sponsorship. Sponsorship is available in 3 different categories. The level one is, yeah, Maryben, can you please, I mean, it's over to you to explain this sponsorship category.
No need now.
Okay.
Yes, if
Let's move.
anyone needs, we can send.
Okay. So I'm just moving forward related to it. Level one, benefits for inclusion of company products in pre-event digital marketing or logo display during the webinar session or wherever you want. And then the level two, then there is a level three participation. This is, and for expenses and everything related to it, you can reach out to Mary when related to it. These are the project requirement, that is personal information, and I am sure that you have already shared your personal information, professional credentials, and this is where we are here for research topic selection basically. So based on your interest, you can identify your research topic. So before moving forward, I would like to take some of the queries of the participant. So any query? Yeah. Let's have a discussion because discussion gives more insight.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Irfan Ali. Dear participants, dear candidate, if you have any question about project, about conferences, you can ask now.
Explained, Dr. Irfan was very clear and precise. So I don't think I would like to interrupt. Maybe we can ask a question as we proceed. I may have a question during for the conference related, maybe. So I'll keep it for later.
Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Most welcome.
Please, we have to show topics.
Okay, so these are the topics based on the domain. The first domain is multidisciplinary journals. So we have identified and they are on our panel. The Springer Nature, this is on our panel and it is a high impact research across all areas of science and technology. Then we have identified another publisher, that is American Association for the Advancement of Sciences, and the another publisher is National Academy of Science Focus. So basically these are the publishers and they have numerous journals to publish their research articles, and they have the category wise journals as well. Next is life science and medicine. In sciences and medicine, we have identified elsewhere focus, medicine, clinical research, and public health. And the second one that we have identified, cell press, which is also the part of the elsewhere. And the third one that we have identified, this is the publisher, Springer Nature Focus for biomedical research and clinical studies. The third category that we have identified, the research paper in physical science and engineering, the American Physical Society, and then IEEE Focus Electronics. Then the third publisher that we have identified is Springer. So you will find out Springer, IEEE, elsewhere, or ACM, ACS. These are the common standard journals. Next is environmental sciences, the American Chemical Society, and the next one is elsewhere focus, and the third one is elsewhere focus. So elsewhere, IEEE or ACM, Springer, they are considering the research across all the domains. Next is social sciences and humanities, Springer Nature. Then we have identified American Economic Association Forum, and the third one is Village. Village is also the biggest publisher of the research as well as the books. In the category of computer science and information technology, we have identified publishers like ACM, that is Association of Computing Machinery. Next, second category is of IEEE, and the third one is related to the elsewhere. In the CS and IT category, we will also look up for the Springer. Next is chemistry and chemical engineering. We have identified two publishers, that is American Chemical Society, and the second one is elsewhere focus, research in chemical engineering and applied chemistry. And the last one, the last domain that we are considering, energy and sustainability. So the first publisher same, elsewhere, second elsewhere, and third is elsewhere, because elsewhere is considering this category of journals. And these journals are well regarded in their respective fields that are included in SCI or the Web of Sciences or Scopus, and they meet high standard of academic rigor and influence. These are the topics. Previously, we have identified some of the research journal. If any domain was not listed there, they can choose their multidisciplinary domain. And in multidisciplinary domain, we have listed the following topics like innovative approach to global health challenges. So these days, post-COVID, the healthcare challenges are the biggest challenges. And if you really want to publish your research article in a fast way, in a good quality journal, then you have to choose any topic related to the healthcare. Your research will be published as soon as possible. Then the role of artificial intelligence in sustainability development goals. Artificial intelligence term is very particular. These days you will find it everywhere. Most of the researchers, what they are doing, they are using either anyway, they are using it artificial intelligence. Disciplinary perspective on climate change mitigation and adaptation. So these days you can find out healthcare, technology, and the climate. These are the major domains of research. Then the integrating AI and biotechnology for advanced healthcare solution. The next topic is the intersection of climate science, economics, and policy, pathways to sustainable development. So it depends upon the domain. If it belongs to your domain, you can choose it. The management people can also choose this topic. Smart cities. Smart cities is also very popular term. And how these smart cities are created? They are using the technology IoT, that is Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is nothing but you can say that it is also a part of artificial intelligence. Why? They are using the sensors with the help of, you can say, software. So artificial intelligence is also used over there, because say for example you are not at your home and you forgot to switch off your electricity. Then what will you do? By via using your app, you can close the electricity of your home. So it comes into the category of smart homes. So smart city is the bigger term and smart home is a smaller term. But the technology is same that you are going to use, that is the IoT. Next is interdisciplinary approach to disaster risk reduction and resilience. So the disasters are related to the natural disasters basically. And for the disasters, you have to use the technique that is known as data science. So yeah, you can say, for example, in case of machine learning, so what you can do in machine learning, you can say based on your past experience, you can predict the future. So this is all based on it comes under the category of machine learning. Say for example, you are using the IoT technology, and based on your IoT technology, you have identified that when you forgot you forgot the switching of your electricity of your home, then there will be a database created automatically, and in the future, you can get the reminder from the device that, oh, this is the time for you to switch off the electricity of your home. In the same way, it happens for the disasters. So previously, when the disasters came, a disaster came in your country, just like Japan is struggling for the disasters. So they can predict the next time this disaster can come and what are the regions and the influential factors that will be considered into this component. Next is just like say the artificial intelligence, the digital marketing, the social media that are you using, they are also following the concept of machine learning. And in case of machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. They are observing the behavior of the customer. Say for example, you are searching on the Google that you want to buy a watch. So you will see wherever you go on the social media, you will see all the ads related to the watch are following you till you buy that product, or after they have set some timeline that after 1 week either they got some information that you have purchased it or you're no longer interested into that. And based on the concept of it, they check your behavior. I mean your learning, yeah, your purchasing behavior annually. Okay, say for example, you used to purchase, when do you purchase your summer clothes or the winter clothes? So based on your past experience, you get the messages, the advertisement message from the different type of the companies that they are selling their products. So they observe your behavior on from via social media trends, and it is also a part of the machine learning. Next is harnessing big data and machine learning for environmental conservation. So this is also a biggest challenge, like conserving the environment, whether it is related to the water level, whether it is related to the forests. So you can apply big data and machine learning technologies. So big data is related to every day. So we are using any social media. So every day you can look at it. Every day petabyte of data is generated via Facebook only. Petabyte of data. So big data. So when the data is growing, then there are the challenges to handle that data. When the data is bigger, it will become difficult to access those data. But these are the technologies like big data, Hadoop, machine learning. We are still accessing the biggest data at you can say in a faster way, because these are the techniques. So previously we were using the structured data only because the data was only textual. These days data is multimedia, and multimedia data is entirely unstructured. So how this unstructured data will be managed, it comes into the category of big data. And applying the machine learning technique, we can look at it that how we can conserve the environment, something sort of that. So techniques can be applied to whether I am talking about the data science or I am talking about the machine learning or AI, they can be applied to any domain. Next is life sciences and medicine. So when we talk about life sciences, transforming gene editing and therapeutic applications. So it comes into the category of life sciences and medicines. Then the next topic is personalized medicine, tailoring treatment, thorough genomic profiling. So actually this is not my area, but the people who are from this domain, they can understand these terminologies. Next is stem cell therapy, advances and ethical consideration, the impact of epigenetic on disease prevention and treatment. Next topic is immunotherapy, revolutionizing cancer treatment strategy. This cancer related treatment research are majorly, accepted, in a quicker manner. Why? There are various type of cancer and we are not able to detect it. We ignore the disease, but we these days we should not ignore the disease. It can come in any form. So with the help of machine learning, now the doctors or the you can say researchers are detecting that this can lead to a cancer, and even they are sharing you the time when your cancer is detected. Doctor can give you based on the machine learning algorithm, because the expert systems are there. So they can give you the deadline that you can live for 3 months, you can live for 5 months. You can get it based on the machine data, and most of the time they are correct. Role of gut micro, being in chronic disease like tuberculosis, asthmatic, something sort of that. Telemedicine and digital health, innovation and future direction. The people can choose this topic as well because this is also a growing topic. Neurodegen- uh, Neurodegenerative disease, pathogens and emerging therapies. Next is Global Health Initiative tackling infectious disease in developing countries. Yeah, this is also a biggest challenge in the developing countries. When we talk about the Asian countries, these are most of them are the developing nations, and they are tackling the infectious disease. Next domain is physical science, sciences and engineering. It is related to the physics or the engineering domain. You can understand it. Electronics or electrical engineers can choose these topics like quantum computing, very growing domain. The future is of you can say the quantum computers or the quantum computing is a technique, but the future is coming out to be related to this technology, and the computer system will also use these technologies. Current trends and future applications. Those who are related to the physics, they can choose this topic. Nanomaterials for renewable energy solutions. It is also a very growing topic because renewable energy is a new form of energy, and it is also a very growing domain globally. Advancement in robotics and their societal implications. So the future is related to, you can say, machine learning. So robot is also a part of the artificial intelligence, and the, you can say, group of combination of both, you can say. So when we talk about the advancement in robotics, as the Tesla and China is developing the robots at the mass scale for our daily use. So in the upcoming 5 to 10 years, you will see that robots are very generic in our day-to-day life, whether you go to the restaurant or something sort of that. So this is also, yeah, this topic can also be chosen for the people who wants some innovations in their research. Then the smart material innovation is responsive and adaptive systems. Next is additive manufacturing. So this is related to basically the mechanical engineers who wants to look at the production and design, how they can revolutionize their production and design in manufacturing. Sustainable urban infrastructure engineering for resilient cities. This topic can also be chosen for by electrical or electronics engineers. Next is advanced composite materials, enhancing performance and sustainability. This is also good one. The composite materials. So materials comes in the mechanical engineering, production engineering, or you can say civil engineering. The people can choose it. Plasma physics application in energy and industry. So it is very well understood that this is related to the physics. The people from the physics can choose this topic. Next is artificial intelligence in engineering, optimizing processes and systems. Now, it is a generic topic. It can be chosen by electrical engineers who wants to optimize their processes, electronics engineers, or mechanical, civil, computer. Anybody can choose this topic. It is generic topic. Topics are related to the domain environmental sciences. In environmental sciences, you can look up the topic like innovative solutions for plastic pollution in oceans. So plastic is the biggest challenge. Yeah, it is damaging the environment, and this topic will be very innovative for the researchers in environmental sciences. Next is urban resilience, strategies for adapting to climate change. So climate is also a biggest challenge for us, and there are various factors that are affecting our climate. So the people can choose this topic as well. The role of biodiversity in ecosystem services and conservation. So biodiversity is also, you can say, ecosystem services and conservation. Somewhere, somehow it is also related to the environment. Next is renewable energy technologies, how they are impacting the environment and what are their benefits. So you can look at it, and as I told you, it is also a growing domain, renewable energy. Next is innovative water management technique for sustainable agriculture. So water is essential to our lives. Nothing to say about it, but the water is going to be the biggest challenge in the upcoming years. Next is climate change and its impact on marine and coastal ecosystem. The people can choose this topic as well. Air pollution control, advanced technologies and policy measures. So I will suggest for the environment people to look up the air pollution because the pollution is the biggest threat these days and killing millions of people every year. Next, ecological restoration techniques and case studies. It is also a good topic. Wherever case studies are involved, then the research becomes interested. And the last topic for this category is sustainable waste management, circular economy approaches. So you can look at it. Waste management is also a biggest challenge these days, and it is also an innovative solution. If you can suggest some good solution to the people and you can go for the patent, you can start earning as well. If you have a good research, you got it patented, and you can sell this patent to a private company and you have a good patent, you can sell it to the government. Government can utilize and give you the royalty based on that. The next category is social sciences and humanities. Now, the social sciences and humanity, when we talk about social sciences and humanities, this is also a very growing domain in terms of research these days. But you will find out some of the terminologies, whether they are related to the AI, ML, digital, something sort of that you will find everywhere. The impact of digital media on youth culture and identity. So now the culture is automatically, you can understand it, how digital media is impacting our youth. And this is the challenge. So what you can do, you can provide some innovative solutions to the families because these days kids are addicted to the digital devices. So you can suggest some good solutions and get it patented, then you can earn a lot. Next is migration and integration. So in migration and integration, challenges, opportunities in multicultural societies. So now you can look at it, the community is global. Why the communities are global? Now you can see that you can buy the product of any country in your own country. So now this is not a challenge these days. Okay, you have to buy XYZ things from ABC country. No, you can buy this item in your own country. Now the deliveries are very, you can get the international deliveries in a faster way, faster and economical way. But you can suggest here some of the solutions for multicultural societies because in every country the other country peoples are living, and it is a challenge. The challenge can be like there can be an indigenous community, and how indigenous community, you can say indigenous communities facing challenge from the people of, you can say, the expats, or vice versa. The role of education in promoting social equity and inclusion. So how you can say education in promoting social equity and inclusion. So you can understand it based on your education, the equity. There are some of the countries where equity is the biggest challenge, upper, lower, middle. So this is the challenge. How education is mitigating. You can propose good solution, get it patented. The people will definitely like your research. Then the political polarization and the media, causes, consequences, and solution. These days, this is very hot topic because each country politics is polarized by the media. So you can choose this topic, get it patented, and if your research article is liked by the people, you can reach out to the political parties and you can earn money based on that. You have some good solutions to promote your political party. You can, how the polarization is working, and it is also based on the you can say data collection, data analytics, exploring the intersection of gender, race, and economic equality. It is also our biggest threat these days, whether this is related to the gender, because most of the countries are struggling with the gender gap. The racism is there, and economic equality is also there. It is present in each and every country. Then historical memory and national identity in post-colonial societies. So you can present, this is for, you can say, something sort of history. The people can choose this topic as well. The influence of globalization on local traditions and cultural practices. So now each country is facing to save their own identity because of the globalization. Say A country is following B country, B country is following the C country, but they are not following their own culture. If somebody wants to influence their own culture, they can go for this research article. Next is human rights in the digital age, privacy, surveillance, and freedom of expression. It is also a biggest threat, and the people can go over there because these days there are no laws, set by the country related to the digital media that you are using these days. So you can suggest some of the solutions. Then Human Rights Commission can adopt your research. Urbanization and social change, addressing inequality in growing cities. So this is also a challenge. Next category, next domain is computer science and information technology. As I told you, so whenever we talk about computer science and information technology, the perception for the people is artificial intelligence and machine learning is for this domain only. No, you can apply it to any domain. And what you can do, you have identified the gap in the existing research, and based on those gap, you can apply this machine learning algorithm. So for example, there is an existing research is already available. Now what you can do, you can optimize the results. Say for example, you have a research related to some algorithm is giving a performance of 85%. You propose some solution, you propose some different algorithm, and say your algorithm is giving 86% of 1% higher than that, or the 5% higher than the existing result, then it will also be considered as an innovation. You can improve the existing research, or you can find out the gaps in the research and propose your own solution. You can do the comparative analysis. Say multiple algorithms are exist, you can do their comparative analysis and you can propose the solution. So algorithm, I am using one term, but it depends upon your own domain. You say A, B, C, there are 3 different research are already exist in the market. A is giving 85%, B is giving 87%, C is giving 89%. So you can propose their gaps. You can do you can apply some data analytics and propose the solution. Okay, these are the gaps and they can be mitigated via XYZ solution. Blockchain technology application beyond cryptocurrency. So blockchain is related to the cyber security. It is not related to the cryptocurrency only. So we have to change our perception and we can apply the blockchain technology for the cyber security, because cyber security is the biggest threat. If anybody is looking, even the upcoming generation that they are working on the technology, blockchain technology is in very high demand in the industry these days. If somebody has a 6-month of blockchain or cyber security certification, they can immediately get the job in the industry. Next is the future of cloud computing, scalability and security challenges. So as I told you earlier, previously we had a challenge of hardware and everything. Okay, if you want to start your own startup, then you have to set up your own local server and everything. But now the cloud computing has mitigated these challenges. So you can start your own startup without using any hardware equipment, because everything is on the cloud, whether the cloud is of Amazon, Microsoft or the Google. So you can look at, you can work on this topic as well. Augmented reality and virtual reality, transforming user experiences. So dear student, when we talk about the augmented reality and virtual reality, these are not the new terms, but now they are marketed by the people, because now the products are coming to look into these technologies. The virtual reality can be integrated with the educational domain. It can be virtual technology can be integrated to any domain, whether it is aviation, healthcare, business, management, accounting, law. You can integrate it anywhere. But this technology is very costly these days, because virtual reality is concerned with the 3D. And 3-dimensional, if you want to create any product in the 3D, its cost is bit higher. So in this technology, after this, I will explain you something more. The role of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity, threat detection and prevention. So as I told you, these are the innovative technologies. Anybody can choose any topic these days. Their research will be, cited by the other researchers, and they will get good impact. Natural language processing, enhancing human machine communication. So natural language processing is very common these days. You can translate one language into another language. The need, this is for the machine to machine. but you can also provide localization of the language, just like say the Khan Academy is doing. There's some other like Khan Academy is there, Coursera is there. They are producing content in the education domain. Now what they are doing, they are producing the content, the digital content based on the local languages as well. So what they are using the concept of natural language. Next is edge computing. Edge computing is related to the reducing latency and improving efficiency in IoT network. So latency is the biggest threat. Lesser is the latency, better will be considered your technology. So we have to reduce the latency. So the people can choose the IoT. IoT is also very growing domain these days. Smart cities, smart home, because the people wants, people don't want the people to look at their work. Now people are looking for the machines to take care of their work because of the security concerns. So you can choose this topic as well. Next is ethical implications of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence has various ethical implications. So how they can be balanced, innovations and their responsibility. You can publish the research in this domain as well. Quantum computing, as I told you, it is not related to the physics only. Quantum computing is a potential technology for computer science as well. In computer science category, so as you are aware about the Metaway, so Metaway is also providing educational solutions in the category of artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, whether you are looking for, you can say your educational institute, school, college or the university, or you are planning to, incorporate technology in your own company. Metaway is providing those solutions as well. What you can do, you can reach out to Mary Wayne and you can look at the metaway.in website and you can look at the solution. If you are looking for your own website development within a week, you will get your website in a very reasonable price. If you are looking for the mobile app, for say for example, you want to create, you want to launch your own mobile app in any category. So we are also helping in that category. So let us come to the next category of the topic, which is related to the chemistry and chemical engineering. This is green chemistry, sustainable catalyst for chemical reactions. So we cannot ignore the chemistry because chemistry is everywhere, whether chemistry is in the real life, whether chemistry is in the family, whether chemistry is in the green chemistry or in the, you can say, subject wise chemistry or the chemistry research. So chemistry is a very particular term. So the people must understand the chemistry before going forward. Advanced materials for energy storage like batteries and supercapacitors. So these days, as you are aware about, the world is moving towards electric vehicles. So when we are moving towards the electric vehicles, we need the batteries, and for the batteries we need the lithium. Then you can choose this topic as well, like advanced materials for energy storage. So how you can store the energy for a longer period of time, which battery should be used, which technology should be used, something sort of that you can propose in this topic. Next is biochemical pathways in synthetic biology. So engineering life for novel applications. The people from the chemistry can understand it better. Now next is innovative approach to carbon capture and utilization. So this is related to the car. So these days, because the vehicles are using petrol, diesel, different type of fuels they are using. So and there is an immersion of carbon. So how we can provide the solution to capture this carbon to reduce the air pollution. So people can use this topic as well. Next is nano engineering, designing functional nanomaterials for industrial applications. So nanotechnology is also not new, but the nano engineering is related for the here the nano engineering is different from the nanotechnology. So you can look at it. So nano means more smaller. So when we are looking for the more smaller terms, then the people can choose this topic as well. Next is photocatalysis, harnessing solar energy for chemical transformation. So when we talk about the photocatalysis, so solar energy, or when we talk about the renewable energy resource, solar energy is one of them. The people can choose this topic as well. As you can look at the smart polymers, responsive materials for drug delivery systems. It is also a good one. Next is because plastic usage is the biggest challenge. So the people can choose the smart polymer. which can dissolve after a period of time, because plastic is the challenge. Waste to energy technologies, converting industrial waste into renewable energy. If somebody is from the chemistry side, I would suggest them to choose this topic, waste to energy technology, converting industrial waste into the renewable energy. Next is electrochemical process in environmental remediations, innovations and applications. Now, the next domain is related to the energy and sustainability. It is also a growing domain. So you will say that every domain is a growing domain. Yeah, it is growing domain because we are from a specific domain and we are not aware about the other domains. But each domain is a growing domain. So next is advancement in solar photovoltaic technologies, efficiency and integration. Of wind energy, innovations in turbine design and deployment. The people from this domain can understand it better. Next is hydrogen as a clean energy carrier, production, storage and application. The next topic for this category is energy storage solution, deploying efficient and sustainable battery technologies. So the people from this domain, I will suggest them to choose either this topic, energy storage solutions, developing efficient and sustainable battery technologies, or smart grids, like enhancing energy distribution and management system. These are the hot topics in this category. Energy from waste, converting biomass to sustainable fuel sources. Next is the role of energy policy in accelerating the transition to renewable resources. Next is geothermal energy, harnessing Earth's heat of sustainable power generation. So this is also a growing domain because these days the temperature is growing everywhere. So now how this temperature can be utilized for power generation? You can propose a good solution and it will be accepted globally. Then you can earn billion. Then sustainable urban energy systems, integrating renewable into smart cities. It is also a growing domain. And wherever I am talking about the smart cities, you must understand that I am talking about IoT, Internet of Things. Next category is pedagogical. So dear student, education is foundation to everything. When we are training our upcoming generation on a latest teaching pedagogy, then definitely we are going to give the better generation to this world. So the pedagogy plays vital role. So the first one is adaptive learning technologies, customizing education to individual learners. So now each learner, so previously there was this class size of 60 student, then it was reduced to 40 student, then thereafter it was reduced to 30, 35, 20, 25. Now in some of the countries it is the 1:10 ratio. Now what the parents are preferring, one-to-one solution. So what you can do, you can propose one-to-one solution to the learner based on your own using your own methodology. So the people are adopting it because the coaching industry, one-to-one coaching industry is growing a lot. They don't have the money problem. They want the special attention. So that's why the people who are into the pedagogical category, they should choose the first one. Next is teacher professional development, effective practices and long-term impact. So dear student, teacher professional development is mandatory because now the technologies are changing. So the each professor, or you can say the teacher, is must upgrade themselves to stay updated. Otherwise, in their classroom, the students will be more smarter and the students are not going to value you. If you want to be valued, you have to upgrade yourself. So in that case, the researcher can propose some innovative solutions for teacher professional development. Okay, how you can improve yourself. Improving is not a one-time activity. It is a consistent activity. Next is the use of augmented reality in enhancing educational experiences. So dear student, we are using this augmented reality from past 20 years. So augmented reality means you are using the combination of hardware and software that you are already doing that component. The challenge is the virtual reality, which is 3D. So you can propose the solution in augmented reality category. So what this augmented reality will cover up, You can propose a solution related to the blended learning. You can propose a solution for the hybrid learning. So where you can use some online content, some in-class content, and you can propose some solution. So what you can do in this category, I will suggest you, because the integration of Philip Teach, or you can say blended learning, the people are not able to implement it. So you can suggest the best solution. Okay, how you can implement the blended solution in your educational institute. What they are doing, either they are giving the online classes or they are giving the in classes, but they are not able to mix up both of them because they lack the algorithm. They don't have any solution to, to implement the hybrid learning or the blended learning. But Metaway will provide you. Metaway has a facility. We can facilitate you to implement the blended learning in your educational institution. Next is culturally responsive teaching. Then strategy for inclusive classrooms. So as we discussed earlier, now we are living in a multicultural environment. So culturally responsive teaching how it can be performed. Say for example, in one of your classroom, one student is from Asia, someone is from Europe, third one is from Baku. So the Baku student understand Azerbaijani, the other candidate understands some other language. So how can you do it? So you can propose the better solution in this category. Say I'm saying one student, you can consider say the 10 students are from Asia country, 20% are from Europe, and say 70% are from Azerbaijan. Then how can you propose the solution to these categories? So you can work on it. It would be a good research. Then blended learning environments. So as I told you earlier, so blending learning can be used. This is a special topic on blended learning environment, balancing traditional and digital instructions. So this is how where Metaway can support you for this implementation. Even Metaway can support any government to implement blended learning. The benefits will be because these days we have very less quality teachers. When we talk about the school, we talk about the teacher. When we talk about the higher education, we talk about the when we talk about the higher education, we talk about the professors. So to maintain this balancing, we can implement this solution to your universities or the colleges. And even this research is very, the people must do research in this domain because education, medical, and IT or management, these are the crucial domains that the people should work on them. Mindfulness practices in education, effect on student well-being and academic performance. So now the students have too much academic pressure. I don't know. So in some of the countries, the students have very less academic pressure. Like in UK, the up to I think if I remember up to 10th class there is no exam. The students do not carry any bag or books to their home. They are just going to the school, studying there, then coming back to the home. There is no home assignment concept. So, but in some of the countries, you can see that the academic performance is the biggest challenge. There is a pressure on the kids to give the 90% of the marks, to give the 95% of the marks. So now you can propose the solution. Okay, how the parents can how the parents can put pressure on their kids, whether they should put the pressure or they shouldn't put the pressure on their kids for their kids' well-being. The role of collaborative learning in developing social and cognitive skills. So these days, collaborative learning, just like collaborative working, in the same way, there is a concept of collaborative learning. So collaborative learning is just like a group study. So how, in developing social and cognitive skills, it is going to be, you can say, this is a concept, and this concept is still not in implementation. The educationist talks about problem-based learning. The educationists talk about the project-based learning. In each project, there should be a group of the people. So the people talks, but it is not yet implemented. So that you can propose a solution that how collaborative learning in developing social and cognitive skill can be implemented. So I was talking about the project-based learning. So the next topic is related to the project-based learning. So the project-based learning is just to improve, yet to generate the skilled products. So what our so there is a gap in the industry requirement and the education institutions. Education institutions are going in a traditional way of teaching, but the industries are looking different type of products. So what you can do, you can propose some solution for project based learning. Next is differentiated instructions, tailoring teaching to diverse student needs. So this is how you can differentiated instructions. So what does it mean? Okay, based on the student needs. So you can choose this topic as well, as I already suggested in the other topic. Okay, in cross cultural environment. So how do you tailor the teaching to the student? Say in one classroom, multiple types of students are there. Say you can say above, below average, average, and above average. Instead of culture, you can look at in this category based on their talent or some sort of aptitude test. You can categorize the student below average, average, and above average. So how do you tailor your teaching so that all the students can be on the same pace or at the same level? So dear student, this is all from my side. If you have any query related to the topics category, please ask the query. And let's make this more interesting because I am broadcasting. I am explaining. It looks like that I am broadcasting. So I would like to hear from you.
Thank you. You have taken this initiative, and in a very collaborative way, you are trying to not only initiate it, but also giving us the opportunity to understand and, as you said, to maybe have a different opinion of thoughts too. So, um, I definitely know many people would be very, very, they must be already preparing in their hearts what topic they can choose as you rolled out the list of topics. They're so interesting and definitely very challenging to think of research on these topics is not an easy task. And so I have very, very foundational two questions regarding the research work. So Miss Maripan, and if Dr. Irfan, whoever, one of you, you might just help me understand, and very basic questions. So please pardon me if they sound very, very foundational. And maybe you all are very equipped. I'm not so equipped. So, and my first question, if I may please ask, as you mentioned that we will be meeting another virtual meeting, which we will have on the 1st of September. Am I correct? Uh, I
Next
think in the first phase of our, as the research work begins.
that will be, yeah, research projects. I think that is related to the research
Right in the beginning, yes, when you showed the phases.
The first webinar is yeah, introduction and guidance. Yeah.
1st of September, right? So, what should we come as with our preparation? What do we expect primarily during this particular introduction and guidance uh, webinar? Where do you expect us as researchers at this point of time? And what should we expect also?
So it's over to you, Maribel.
Please answer, Dr. Irfan.
So basically, in this webinar, we are going to, to explain everything that how your research should be. So once you have selected your topic, now it is the backend work or backend help that will be provided by our team, or you can say Maribel team. We will provide you the solution, and in this webinar, we will explain you. Okay, this was your research topic. After your research topic, this is the task that you have to do. Your research will be done by our team, and we will explain you the general term, a general body of the research paper in this topic, so that it should look like that this is your own research.
Right, I understand. So at that point of time, means I'm expecting in that sense, Dr. Irfan, again, since you're answering, um, so by when should the person, like all of us are attending, so do we have a deadline? By when should we actually finalize our topic? Because you did share the topic, but we've not been given a date.
Yeah, it's over to you, Mary Ben.
Yes, sure.
Okay, great. I hope I'm not bothering you with these questions. As I said, it's very foundational. And again, as you were mentioning about the chat GPT and probability of repetitiveness. So again, since those topics which we looked at, definitely they look quite correlated and interconnected again in within the larger heading of the topic, the subtopics. So how, as your team sits, what means, is it a guarantee that there is 100% going to be plagiarism free?
Yeah. Yes, Sarah, because when we publish a research into the quality journals, whether they are related to the Scopus, SCI, or the Web of Science, they can accept 85% plagiarism free content. Otherwise, they are not going to accept it. Up to 85% it is accepted. 15% can be a plagiarism, but 85% content must be plagiarism free.
Okay.
Otherwise, they are not going to accept it. But the topic that we have identified, we have checked these topics over the Google, and we didn't find any similar topic. We have identified the unique topics. In case, yeah, because the data is growing every day. Once you will finalize, you to check this particular topic. But when we have identified this topic, at that time they were not available.
Okay.
Yeah, we can check it and we can do some, I mean, rephrasing something sort of that for a particular topic. That is not an issue.
So would we like, of course, as you said, that the team is going to work towards all this aspect. So
exactly.
Means what would be our role and involvement? Means do we just have to depend totally blindfoldedly? What do we do in that process?
So basically, you have to look at the process as you did in the global authorship project. So the entire support will be provided by the team, and you will be the owner of that work. The ownership will be yours, and the work will be done by the team.
Okay, that was quite plain. Thank you for making it that simple, Dr. Irfan. Right. So, and my final question again, as we were noting down a few things. May I ask the question, or maybe somebody else has a question, because this is not related to the research, it's related to the conference. So I'll stop myself. Maybe if somebody else has a question. So I'll just take a quick moment and share my last question. As we saw that we have a chance of sponsorship, and Merivan and I have already had a discussion on it. So certainly I'm interested to know, would we also soon be getting the Singapore agenda and the conference rollout, so that whenever we are talking to people, we have a little more clarity on it? Or is it too premature for me to ask this?
I think